Hi guys, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We are back cruising Missouri. We are just north of Poplar Bluff here in a Volvo VNL with the Best Community Ever trailer. So we are continuing the Cruising Missouri World Truck event. As you can see, we're right here north of Poplar Bluff. We are using our own truck and trailer, 18-speed Volvo VNL, when we're going to do it automatic again today. So picking up right where we left off, delivering to Cape Girardeau last episode. We're going to be starting here in Poplar Bluff and seeing where it takes us. Right now we got 5 out of, I forgot how many? 5 out of 12. So almost halfway there. This will put us at 7, depending on how we go. So let's go ahead and look at the external market, see if we got anything coming out of Poplar Bluff. So if we do this one, we'll get Columbia and Poplar Bluff, which would be nice. And then probably deadhead to Jefferson City, or even deadhead to Kirksville. That might be better. Let's go ahead and take that. We'll do some frozen fruits. So from Eli Max to Venture. So we are using a 53-foot reefer trailer, as you guys can see here. So I do have the reefer on the back. That's also why I got the chrome doors. At least that's justified in my mind. So anyway, go ahead, get into our cab, fire things up. Alright, truck's running. Let's get our parking lights on. Go do our walk around. There we go. So let's do it this way. Whoa, well, a little too fast. Probably turn the lights on as well, and the brights, just make sure all the lights work. So, walking around the cab, walking through the front. So, we got our running lights on, our marker lights, headlights, brights, our turn signals. All the lights on this side seem to be okay. Mirror lights are good. Airlines are hooked up. Fifth wheel is locked in. So walking down the trailer, all of our marker lights are on. Lights are flashing. Come to the back of the trailer. We got lights on, marker lights on. We got our tandem slid all the way forward right now. It's fine. Leave it like that. Probably adjust it when we're loaded. Landing gears up. Tires look like they have plenty of tread on them. Again, airlines, double check that. All the marker lights, and that'd be about it. So let's go ahead, hop in. I don't need lights on. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's go ahead and make our way to our pickup. So we're back in the Volvo VNL, doing a nice automatic drive. Nothing too crazy. Do have an 18-speed on here, for the ease of everything. And for those of you who are wondering, I am using a Moza TSW wheel, as well as a Moza R5 base, Moza pedals, shifter, whole 9 yards, full Moza setup with a Patriot box and a Patriot shifter. Or ATS accessories shifter, I mean. Sorry. Alright. We can make the left lane. There we go. And I want to get over to the right lane as best I can. Actually, no, we'll stay in the left. If you guys didn't see last episode or the episodes before that, be sure to go check them out. Doing a little bit of a mini series here for cruising Missouri. Figured I'd switch it up a little bit for you guys. Normally I do a live stream. Decided not to do that this time. So also no wheel cam, just because right set up between everything going on in my personal life. It was just easier not to get my wheel cam set up. So if you guys were looking forward to the wheel cam, I do apologize. After this event is done, I'll probably bring it back. So, but for now, I'll just leave it off. I know I said I was going to watch the dev talk the SES did a couple days ago. I forgot what they called it, actually. I'm looking right now. Project Road Trip, that's what it's called. So I have not got around to watching it yet, but I am really curious. You guys aren't familiar with it. SES talked about and showed some details, made a blog post. I read the blog post, and they're talking about, because of how unique their world here in American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 is, that they wanted to be able to create an experience for the fans to be able to drive the world outside of the truck. So I'm really curious on learning more about that. They've already teased a pickup truck as far as a model. I don't know if there's any more. I think there was a Crown Victoria as well, and then I'm not sure if there's anything else, but looks like maybe a couple of classic muscle cars too. So that was kind of neat to be able to see that, and I'm curious on how that will come in at a later date. It's probably way down the line, but if they're talking about it, that means it's going to eventually come true. Looks like there's a photo opportunity over here. Here in Poplar Bluff. I'm not going to focus on that. This profile, I don't really do too much of the photos or the viewpoints. That's more so for my other profile. No mods in this profile. I try to keep this one anything to do with the events or convoys vanilla, as I think pure vanilla actually. I don't think there's been any one that I've done that hasn't. I take that back. There was during the winter event I did the snowy roads mod, the frosty mod. So that's probably the only exception. So alright, picking up on the left here, see if we can find out where they want us to dock. Looks like we're on the left hand side. Alright. Backing all the way up over there, so it kind of looks like on the map. Yep, I am. Okay, so let's see if I can turn around. I don't know if I can. Might have to jackknife it a little bit. not gonna like having to do this, but this might be the only option. Blocking the road here. It's a weird spot to have to back into, but the customer wants us to do it. Watching the drives, trying to get that trailer turned in. Careful, given where I'm at on this track here. There we go. I'm gonna pull just a little bit forward now that I got a little bit of room, so I can back up nice and neat. A little bit of an angle, it's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and load on up. Alright, about 9:45 in the morning. We're all loaded. Let's get our truck started. So we're going to be making our way up 67, back on 70 to Columbia. Now we've already discovered the Columbia because we drove through it on 70, but we have not stopped there. So we're going to do that now, and then we'll deadhead to Kirksville, and then try to see if we can get, a delivery to Kirksville from Columbia. Ideally, that would be the best way to go. So I won't know until we get up there. Let's go ahead. Before we do that, I'm gonna move our tandems just back a little bit. There should be good. I think that should be good. I don't want them all the way back. I'm just looking for this to be easier. Yeah, it's about right where I wanted them. Right in the center. Now, having the tandems forward or back does affect turn radius. That's why I like them right in the center. It also helps spread some weight onto the drives. That actually is a thing here in the game. It's not just there for show. It actually does help out with traction. Not that we really need it, but still does help. And how much are we? 33,000, so we're not too heavy, but there we are. those that don't know, throughout the week I drive quite a bit now. I leave Sunday night, Monday night, or Monday morning to go drive up north Wisconsin, and then I come home typically Friday nights. So I rely on Android Auto quite a bit and maps, just trying to find my way around. Even as simple as going to find a place to eat, I use that. So it's having issues with it would just randomly kick out. And a good friend of mine that I've known since middle school had the same issues with his, and it turns out that it's most likely the USB port that is just wears over time and faults out, so it kicks it out because it's not a good connection. So I replaced that today. That was kind of a pain. In order to do it, I had to kind of take my center console apart a little bit, put it back together. But my wife helped me out too, which is nice. I got that replaced. I have not tested it. Well, I tested it a little bit, but I haven't tested it on a drive or anything. But so far, so good. Seems to be working better than what it was before, so I'm happy with it. So as long as the issue doesn't persist, then I can confidently say that was the issue. If not, then I'm going to have to take it to the dealership and see what they can do to fix that, because that's annoying. But here's open, right? For a second, I thought that truck was mixing textures. No, it's just pink. That's awesome. Not every day you see a pink truck driving around. I do have my coffee with me. Nice morning coffee. I am still getting used to working first shift. My old job, and any job pretty much I had before that, I was always working second shift, evening shift. And I'm used to staying up late, waking up late, and then I was slowly conditioning my body to get up earlier and earlier. I never thought that I'd be getting up at 6 a.m. on a daily basis. And it's so weird. But here I am. So, shout out to all the morning people out there, because I don't know how you do it all the time. But it's nice. Like, as long as I get enough, like by at least 7 hours of sleep, I'm good. That's usually my sweet spot. 8 is nice, but then if I sleep for 8 hours, I tend to get too tired. For the longest time, I have always had issues falling asleep, and especially when switching from evening to mornings. That was always rough, but kind of gotten used to it now. It's not too bad. I don't view myself as a morning person, but when I'm up, I'm up. I'm not one of those, I'm grouchy when I wake up or anything like that. I know a few people that are like that. So thankfully that's not me. If that is you, no offense. But at least no offense intended. But yeah. I do get grouchy when I'm tired though. If it's late at night and I want to go to bed, I do get a little grouchy. But in other news, really liking how Missouri is here in the game. Definitely gives me a little bit of, over here where it's like trees on both sides, I'm not quite used to that. There are some parts of the country that I visited that is like this. For me, it's mostly farmland and prairie, not prairie, but fields or marsh. So more so fields than anything, but seeing this is really nice. It kind of makes me feel like I'm in the Midwest. Granted, this is probably during the summer and not right now in the mid-spring. or even the state that you're in. For example, like we're in Missouri, during the winter they have snowstorms. You know, it'd be kind of cool to have that, but then if you're in Arizona, they don't. To me, I think that'd be pretty nice. But I think that system would be pretty complicated to do. It's not impossible, it'd just probably be a lot of work. Because they're in even like a state like California, like you go higher in the altitude, you have snow, and you go to your coast, you don't have any snow. So I don't know how they would do that. It'd be nice to see though one day. I'm doing under the speed limit. It's fine. I'm not in that much of a hurry. You got plenty of time to get there. These deliveries don't have a time limit. I mean, they do, but it's 24 hours real life time limit, so nowhere near as bad. Definitely not a rush delivery, to say the least. Let's see. I might set the cruise control at 60 though. Take a sip of my coffee. Like this right here. This is what I'm used to. Maybe not so many trees in the back, but we do have trees. It's just not quite like that. Some parts, if you go in northern Wisconsin, they were like that, but majority of the time throughout the south or southern part of the state or central part of the state, it's a lot of farmland. The northern part is where it's mostly wooded. But even then, you got a lot of farmland too. objects in the world don't have any shadows. I was kind of seeing that a little bit too. But it is what it is. Not sure why that is, but probably some sort of limitation in the game. It just looks a little weird on some cars like that one. But nothing on my end. That's good. Here's a good one. So that bridge doesn't have any shadows underneath it in the mirror. Don't know why. Should be alright, I think. I'll actually go in reverse for you guys, or external camera for this one. A little, not quite far enough. There we go. liking this at all. See if we can get that turned in a little bit better, a little bit sooner. All the way to the left. Much in line with the dock doors. Let's see if they want us to bump it. And we're right up against the dock doors. Alright, there we are. Let's go ahead and unload. Alright, not bad, not bad. Let's see if we got one going up to Kirksville now. I'm not seeing anything, so that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and deadhead up to Kirksville. I'll just stop here at the dealership. Yeah, we'll stop at this dealership here, right off at 63. So we'll just deadhead up there, no big deal. There we are. Visit the one to the north. That way we don't have to try to find a way to come back to it. I don't mind deadheading for events like this. It's actually probably easier because then you can find a load. Essentially, you could do, if you do it this way, you could probably only do it in about 6 deliveries for the 12 cities. So it makes it easier if you're willing to stick the time into deadheading. You know, it's wasting miles and time in comparison to just driving. Ideally, you don't want to do that, but you know, sometimes that's what you got to do. I don't mind that. I'd rather spend a little bit of time doing this compared to having to go back and forth all the time. And again, I can do 6 deliveries instead of 12. That's why I do it this way. traffic so far back there. It makes no sense. Sometimes the AI traffic just confuses me. It's the last bit of my coffee. There we are. Probably rest, call it an early night. And then we'll take a load out of there. There it is. There we go. I'm okay with that. Not ideal at all, but it'll do. So, that'll be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.